Emotional OE. And this one's arguably often the most impactful. It means intense, complex emotional responses, strong empathy, deep compassion, but maybe also heightened anxiety or depression, feeling joy and sorrow really, really profoundly.
Wow. So these aren't just personality quirks at all. They're fundamental ways people process the world.
That's the idea. And while the exact link between ease and, say, giftedness is still debated, research does suggest you see emotional and intellectual OEs more often in populations we might call gifted or twice exceptional.
Any examples come to mind?
Well, people often point to historical figures like Martin Luther King Jr. seemed to show strong emotional OE. He struggled profoundly with grief as a kid, apparently, and later channeled that immense depth of feeling into his social justice work.
Right. That intensity becomes a driving force.
Exactly. Or Moses, with his apparent insatiable curiosity and focus on complex ideas, classic signs of intellectual OE.
So the takeaway here for you listening is that intense experiences, maybe emotional, maybe intellectual, even internal conflict, they aren't just things to suppress or pathologize.
Right. Dabrowski's theory invites us to see them as potential raw material, the very stuff of profound growth. It suggests growth can be messy, yeah, even painful, but ultimately deeply transformative. It's about developing a more nuanced, integrated self.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. From our intense inner worlds, let's talk about something fundamental, universal, really, our deep need for connection. We all feel it, right? But why? Why is it such a powerful motivator?
That's a great question, and it brings us neatly to self-determination theory, SDT. It's a really compelling framework for understanding human motivation.
SDT.
So SDT basically says we humans have three fundamental psychological needs that are essential for our well-being, for our growth:
Three core needs, what are they?
autonomy, competence, and relatedness.
Okay, break those down. Autonomy.
Autonomy is that feeling of being free, uncoerced, acting out of genuine interest, not because you have to.
Makes sense. Competence.
Feeling effective, capable, like you can master challenges, get things done.
Right. And relatedness. That sounds like the connection piece.
Exactly. That's the need to feel connected, loved, like you belong to a group or community. And SDT argues that when these needs are met, especially relatedness, we thrive.
And our social environment, parents, partners, friends, they're key to meeting these needs.
Absolutely crucial. From our earliest caregivers right through to romantic partners and peer groups. They shape whether these needs get fulfilled.
And it's not just about feeling good, is it? When these needs are met, it actually shapes our relationships, our behavior.
Profoundly. Studies consistently show that satisfying these needs leads to greater personal well-being, yes, but also, critically, higher relationship quality.
It's like a positive feedback loop then.
Totally. Healthy connections help meet the needs, and met needs strengthen the connections. And this ties into social influence too, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, if that need for relatedness, for belonging, is really strong or maybe isn't being met elsewhere, we might be more susceptible to influence. We might unconsciously adjust our views or actions to fit in with a group to get that feeling of connection.
Even if it's not like our totally authentic self speaking.
Exactly. It makes you wonder how much of our relationship choices are purely individual desire versus these subtle social pressures and that innate need for acceptance bubbling underneath.
Interesting. And zooming out, the value we place on, say, romantic love,
Yeah.
it's not the same everywhere, is it?
No, not at all. New research suggests its importance as a commitment device actually varies quite a bit.
A commitment device, meaning.
Meaning, how much you rely on the feeling of love to keep a long-term partnership stable. And it seems people with fewer financial resources, women who historically face higher biological costs in child-rearing, and people with more kids, they tend to place a higher value on love for long-term partners.
So love becomes more pragmatic in those situations, more about stability.
It seems that way, yeah. Even national development level plays a role. More developed countries tend to value romantic love more, maybe because there's more emphasis on individual fulfillment and choice, less on pure survival or economic necessity in pairing up.
That's a really powerful point. Love feels so personal, but it's also shaped by these big socioeconomic forces, our need for stability within a group.
Our deepest emotions intertwine with basic survival and social needs.
Okay, let's dive down another level into the biology. What's actually going on in our brains when we form these connections or when our social motivations kick in?
Yeah, the neurochemistry here is fascinating. You've got dopamine, often called the happiness hormone, though that's a bit simplistic. It's central to the brain's reward and motivation system.
So it makes connection feel good, makes us want more.
Basically, yes. Its release contributes to pleasure and attraction in romantic love, driving us to seek out and repeat experiences that meet our social needs that forge those bonds.
And what about oxytocin, the cuddle hormone?
Right. Oxytocin is huge for promoting emotional bonding, trust. It even reduces stress hormones like cortisol.
Ah, so it makes us feel safe and connected.
Exactly.
Okay, let's bring this all back home, maybe. Back to how we perceive the world around us. Because it's not just about scientific observation, right? Even as a simple act of seeing.
Uh,
It's not passive.
no, definitely not.
In art history, they talk about the gaze. That's not just about looking, is it?
Not at all. It's anything but innocent. The gaze is active, it's performed with intent, and it's steeped in power dynamics. It's profoundly shaped by, well, our gender, our background, our expectations.
Like the male gaze in cinema.
Classic example, where the pleasure in looking is often structured around an active male viewer and a passive female object, reducing women to things to be observed.
Right, or Edward Say's idea of Orientalism.
Exactly. Where Western views of the East weren't neutral observations, they were often a way to assert dominance, selectively borrow or appropriate aesthetics deemed primitive, all while reinforcing European superiority.
So what's the bottom line here? What does this all mean for us?
It means that even our most basic act, seeing, is deeply tangled up with everything we've discussed. Our intense inner world, our need for social belonging, the subtle workings of our brains, and yeah, the very structures of power and knowledge that frame how we understand things.